so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out of my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high. And I scream the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey! Hey! I said hey! What's going the fuck on?
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. So tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting. Keep on building the lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference.
Much later.
It's me again. You can't run for too long. I'm coming for you.
I'm taking a stroll in the moonlight. Taking a stroll. Just taking a stroll. Feeling just right when I'm in the moonlight. Taking a stroll. It's not a crime to pass the time with cadence and an occasional rhyme. Putting one foot in front of the other. I'm taking a stroll.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? This is gonna be a quickie. We all know that this whole situation with Canelo trying to make Undisputed fell through. And you know me, I've always said, I'm all for Undisputed. But we gotta keep shit real, alright? Now you can call it you reap what you sow, you can call it karma, you can call it what comes around, goes around, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we all know that rule. Alright? What you put out there is what's gonna come back. Canelo had the opportunity to make Undisputed at 160 a couple times actually. And he didn't do it. Do I feel bad for him that he tried to make Undisputed at 168 pounds? And you can say, you can say whatever you want about Plant, but one thing that you can't say is that Canelo didn't get what was coming to him. I would have loved for them to have made that fight, but I don't feel bad for Canelo. I don't feel a shred of empathy, sympathy, whatever toward that dude, because he's done the same shit to others. So I'm not gonna act like, oh, poor Canelo, you know, he's trying to do big things and these guys are fucking him over. No. What about when Triple G was trying to become undisputed and he had the WBC belt? And then he, instead of fighting now yes, he did fight Triple G later when he had no belt. You know, that fight could have happened much sooner. But he didn't want to do it. Andre. Now you can say whatever you want. You can be like, oh, well, who is Andre fought? Listen, if that's your standard, cool. I'm trying to see undisputed. He didn't want to fight Andre. So I'm not going to feel bad for the guy when he goes to another division, finally decides that he's ready, and then the shit falls through for him. I'm not going to feel bad for the dude. All right? And listen, I'm not a hater, okay? I'm tired of hearing that fucking word just because you disagree with somebody, just because you're not willing to stroke the shaft and tickle the balls of somebody else's favorite boxer. I'm tired of that bullshit, all right? Some of us have different standards. That's just the way it is. And I hold everybody accountable. But just because Canelo's Mexican, I'm supposed to just look the other way? Listen. If your own brother spits you in the face, are you gonna be cool with that shit? Everybody gotta be held accountable. You gotta have a set of standards. You gotta hold these guys accountable to those standards, because once you start compromising that, you're a fucking fanboy. That's just the way it is. All right. Now, if you have different standards than me, and I don't agree with them, but you're at least holding everybody to those same standards, cool. You're not a fanboy at that point. You should probably adjust your standards a little bit, or maybe I should adjust mine. Who knows? But we got to stop the bullshit of, oh, well, because you don't. Like, it happens in so many different situations. I was going to bring up another one, but you know what? I'm tired of talking about that situation. But anyways, yeah, this shit with Canelo, I feel bad for the sport of boxing. I don't feel bad for Canelo. All right? He's done this shit to others. Now somebody else is doing it to him. I'm not going to shit talk Caleb Plant because, I mean, I just think this is him reaping what he sowed, man. I'm not going to sit here and act like Canelo's never done this shit to somebody else, because he's done it, you know? Now, if you thought those guys didn't deserve the Canelo fight, cool. Obviously, you feel like, names are more important than undisputed. I have a different philosophy. My philosophy is survival of the fittest. So if somebody has a belt that shouldn't have a belt, somebody should go and snatch that shit from them. That's how I think boxing should be. And when everything is said and done, the strongest, the best guy has all the belts in his division. And until somebody can take those straps off of him, he is the man. That's how I think it should be. Some people try to overcomplicate things. It's very simple. The man with all the belts, the man with all the hardware, that's the guy. And that's the way it should be. Now, if you're about the bag, you're about, A-side and all that bullshit, cool. This ain't the channel for you. But yeah, I don't feel bad for Canelo, all right? I feel bad for the sport of boxing, that these guys act in this way. And then when it happens to them, when a guy who's been, cock blocking undisputed in the past get cock blocked, the sport itself gets cock blocked. That's what I feel bad about. But nah, I don't feel bad for Canelo. Canelo can kick rocks. I mean, it's about time you wanted to be undisputed, but it's a bit too late, don't you think? This could have potentially been him trying to make 2-time undisputed at this point. Think about that. How much greater would that make Canelo? Not only is he not 2-time undisputed, not only is he not 1-time undisputed, he is 0-time undisputed. And like I said, some of y'all don't give a shit about undisputed. Cool. That is your standard. I'm not gonna tell you how you should, think about the sport of boxing. I'm not gonna, that's what you like. Cool. But when he's not able to make undisputed, don't talk a whole bunch of shit about the other guy because your guy couldn't accomplish what he wanted to do, which was something that you didn't give a shit about in the first place. But anyways, that's all I got to say about this whole situation. I thought this was going to be 5 minutes. This is 8 minutes. And now my sinuses are acting up. I got bad sinuses. Like every time the, seasons change or anything, or just summer, which in Florida is summer like 8 months out of the year. My sinuses tend to act up. But yeah, y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Feel free to leave comments to let me know, like, do you feel bad for Canelo? Do you care about Undisputed? Do you not give a shit about Undisputed? All that good stuff. But everybody be safe, be blessed, peace.
That's why I'm undefeated. Undefeated.
Fuck yeah, this is the shit.